Questions tonight about whether the governor will veto the state's 2-year spending plan in its entirety. But the bigger question at the moment is, will the proposal even pass the state Senate? Rose Schmidt live from the state capitol to explain what we know at this hour. Rose?
Yes, well, 2 Republican senators have publicly said this week that they plan to vote no on the budget next week, meaning there's not a lot of wiggle room in that House. Governor Evers, though, says he won't make any decisions about that document until the Senate sends it to him.
I firmly believe that if they ignore the will of the people, they do it at their own peril.
Addressing reporters in his conference room, Democratic Governor Tony Evers is urging state lawmakers to amend the GOP-crafted budget before voting on it next week. But Evers isn't saying yet whether he'll veto the plan, which strips many of his top priorities like Medicaid expansion and a gas tax increase.
We still don't know what the entire budget is. It sounds like the Senate is having problems. So once we know what the budget is, then I'll be able to answer that question.
This week, Republican Senators Steve Noss and David Craig announced their plans to vote no on the budget, saying it spends too much. That means the Senate can't afford to have any more Republicans in opposition. But Speaker Robin Vos says Assembly Republicans don't plan on making substantial changes to the document to appease Craig and Noss.
The fact that we have 2 who said their no's, they have every right to do that. But I certainly hope that the other members of the state Senate will join us in the Assembly, where I think we're going to have near unanimous support.
Republican Senator Dewey Strobel was the only GOP lawmaker to vote against the Republican transportation package in committee, provisions he's still not thrilled about. But he told us he will vote for the budget, unlike some of his colleagues.
But I think it represents a good blend between the Republicans who control the Senate and the Assembly and what will ultimately go to Governor Evers, that he will have no reason not to sign.
Speaker Vos says his caucus may make small changes to the budget's provisions on imposing mileage-based fees on drivers in order to pay for roads. The full Assembly is expected to vote on this budget on Tuesday, followed by the state Senate later next week.
All right, Rose Schmidt live at the state capitol. Rose, thank you. And the state Assembly